Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2, a best of 2 from Homestory Cup. I give you the most Terran in all of StarCraft 2. It's, of course, ByuN. Micro Jackson is back at it again, and he's starting with at least 2 Rax Reaper, because of course he is, because it's ByuN. Though up against another favorite, the North American Zerg, from Shopify, from Canada, from our hearts of the Swarm. It's Scarlett. Which Scarlett will we be seeing today against this Terran? I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hoping for a close match, but I think when these two play, it's either going to be an epic duel or a stomp. And honestly, I think the stomp would probably go in favor of our Terran, especially the way he's been playing lately, but we will see. It's a 2 Rax Reaper opener, because ByuN just has given up. You know how 1 Rax Reaper into Hellion, into Banshee, has been the standard for like 12 years? Well, about that, says ByuN. He will sometimes go a dozen games without even looking at that build. That is about 80% of all TVZs, because now he's just got 2 Rax Reaper. He's just making it up as he goes. Obviously, his builders are well figured out. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what he's planning on, but somehow he makes all these different styles work because of the sheer willpower and micro potential. Yep, Threepers. Scarlett scouted 2 Raxes in the main, and just the Threepers to start. I say just, still very dangerous, but it is immediately... Is that 2 more? Is he just... What is this? He's just 4 Rax stim. He's just gonna build a bunch of Marines. You can't just do this. Watch me. It's just a straight up Marine build. He's gonna get combat shield. I am nearly certain. While keeping everything busy here. Oh my god. He's lost nothing. The Zergling speed is done. Grenade, beautiful. Somehow that Reaper is still healing. Gets 1. Scarlett able to snap 1. And the last one here. Incredibly annoying. Gonna get a little bit of scouting, looking for a Roach Horn maybe. The Spike Grenade, just to annoy everyone. Also, it provides vision, by the way, for a split second. The grenade itself. Not that usually becomes relevant, but... It's just a bunch of... Like, what is this? Come on. Hiding the rest of the Marines like it's not obvious when Scarlett comes up here and sees a upgrading tech lab and a reactor. Oh, I wonder. He's probably going battle cruiser. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, here comes ByuN with a bunch of Marines, and that's it. It's just Marines. He can't keep getting away with it. Well, a bunch of Zerglings for Scarlett, who has 6 queens and a couple more in production. The creep, optimistic. There's going to be 1 chance. There's still 10 seconds on combat shield, so you don't want to be drawn into stimming too early. There's the stim. Commits to trying to kill the queens. Combat shield finishes mid-fight. Another stim. You got that 10 HP back, only to spend it again. And gunning down a bunch of... gets all but 2 queens. This was never going to be deadly damage as long as it got scouted as it moved out. But has it been worth it? That's the question. Where are we at now? 36 lanes, 3 queens. Thing is, Scarlett has a 3rd hatchery. That means plenty of production as time goes on, including queens. That means even though the worker count, well, until very recently, was pretty close, ByuN did not have a 3rd command center. He didn't have upgrade. It was just Marines. So... all we're missing now is the Baneling Nest from Scarlett, who didn't have upgrades of her own, but otherwise, yeah, 6-minute lair, but when you're up against someone who's literally on the first unit you can build, Wouldn't worry too much about tech except for baneling speed. Brenda! No! Who expected? Now, ByuN comes in with the completely unexpected more Marine follow-up. There's 2 medevacs on the way. These Marines are just... they're just to scare you until the medevacs come up and then they become immortal. Well, the Marine count. 25 Marines on the field. A tank is out as well. And as long as they're not on creep, apparently ByuN feels comfortable just hanging out here. As banelings have not been spotted yet, and there are no banelings on the field, so ByuN just gonna continue his efforts. So confident. That's, like, I think a big key to Terran is knowing when you can win a fight. Like, committing to a fight, not getting intimidated. The thing is, ByuN thinks he can win every fight. So, with that confidence, a lot of the time he's correct. And a bunch of queens. Oh, queens are not going to be enough here. +1 weapons is not done, but ByuN saw an opportunity, and he will press the issue. Do you just take down the rocks at this point, or do you... There's 63 HP on these rocks. But now, caught between a rock and a hard place is Scarlett. As that is still... Well, rocks are taken down. I think by splash damage somewhat. The command center... A small counterattack of Lings is all it takes. Baneling speed on the way. No banelings at all right now. Until baneling speed is done, they're just target practice. Slight delay on the command center landing. Scarlett has a 4th hatchery. And a macro hatch in the main. So plenty of larvae and plenty of production to deal with this Marine tank play. But ByuN is adding on Liberators. The double siege strats here. Zerglings, despite their wings, they cannot fly. A major design flaw, Edither, but the queens can be helpful against them, but the queen count is plummeted to 12. 13, actually. Well, the orbital can be lifted. This is actually a huge amount of damage. This is way too much damage here. ByuN, with all your units on the other side of the map, means nothing to stop the counterattack. Scarlett's counterattack is devastating. 18 SCVs down. That's way too much damage. And now all she has to do is smash the attack at the front. More queens on the way. A lucky 13 right now, but 1-1 is done. So upgrade advantage to Scarlett. Yeah, these tanks are in the most annoying possible positions, but that is so much Zerg. Oh, well, those first banelings off to a rough start. The sheer Marine count. Like... 99% and 0.9 repeating of Terrans would be intimidated by this Zerg army. Baneling, speed banes, just an entire harem of queens here. But ByuN is going forward, not back. Oh, but the banelings are gonna hit him right in the ego and also the face. Trying to wrap around the ruined building here, and somehow it's working, but the sheer baneling count, good target fire. Not gonna be enough, though. Those Marines, honestly, they had it coming. Way too confident for way too long. Stepped onto the creep, and Scarlett rips their heads off, melts their armor, shreds the tanks, and takes down. Everybody stop. Okay, go. ByuN says, sun was in my eyes. But we don't stop for anyone here. Wow, this counterattack. Not great. Yeah, that was off creep. That was a lot of dead banelings. And not in a good way. Like, I know that's their whole thing, but those banelings did not connect with anything but depression. So, that leaves ByuN in an awkward position where he can actually counterattack again. I guess that leaves Scarlett in an awkward position, because here's ByuN coming across the map with enough units to be a threat, because that attack was just undercommitted. Now repairing the orbital finally. I don't think those Lings, they were just barely not spotted. Good luck coming up the ramp here. Nope, that ain't happening. Takes a look at the third. This tank been hanging out. 50 kills on the tank. Well, it's been helping. I don't know how many of those kills are SCVs. I think a not small number. Probably half a dozen or so. A kill's a kill, alright? Scarlett in kind of an awkward spot, going up to Hive. The army supply is not overwhelming. And without the Hive, well, the Marines have 1-1, so there's an upgrade advantage to Scarlett, but 4 Liberators are going to make things difficult. The tanks are jammed into these locations. Oh, good target fire on the Banes, trying to pre-split Banes from the north side. But ByuN is retreating back. The Banes starting to close the distance. Oh, slurps up into the medevacs. The Queens are taking down the Liberators at heavy cost, but they will take them down, and that's what's important. Resets the Liberator count, forces the medevac pickup, and chases the Terrans back to their base. And Scarlett has been pushing the creep on the left side. We'll be able to replace it on the right, and with a Hive, we could see Vipers, possibly an Ultralisk Cavern, though I'm not convinced that's the ticket here. More Liberators, more tanks, the double siege for ByuN behind his mass Marines. I thought he might have an opportunity to take that fight, but the Banelings close the distance from both sides. He's going to pick up, but he has no opportunity to send these medevacs to the main. So he's got to settle for the left side, but I'm pretty sure the creep tumors are spotting it. Yes, the creep tumors see it. And that means it has to turn around before it can even drop out. There has to be some creep clearing done. And so this is the advantage, even though Scarlett has not taken the most cost-effective fights. If you can clear the field, well then you have the opportunity to get creep, so the next fight goes even better. Yep, the medevac's just hanging out over here. Couple tanks. No, yeah, okay, +3 Carapace is the first Hive tech here. Huge counterattack on the third base, while simultaneously looking to blunt the frontal attack. The drop, there's nothing here. ByuN spots it. The third base is forced to lift, and all the SCVs down. 21 SCVs, but at the same time, Scarlett has nothing in response to the attack on the left flank. The tanks will be ripped to shreds, but ByuN in his comfort zone. He's got drops on both sides. The orbital will land again. The Liberators are going to hold the line. And now Scarlett just has to slap down these medevacs. Easier said than done, especially when you don't have Corruptors, Mutas, not even Vipers on the field right now. The Marines, I don't know if he was trying to trade for Banes, but one base goes down, another hatch. Oh, the medevacs! And the income. Wow! It was kind of close, but with that massive counterattack and defense, Scarlett skyrockets to over 1,500 more income per minute. That'll even out somewhat with the drone kills and the hatchery down, but still a pretty devastating position for the Terran. Just an overwhelming amount of units. ByuN gonna take position in the very middle of nothing. Edge of the creep here. Not exactly the ideal, not really threatening anything. Threatening in the future. Maybe something will come under threat, but... Alright, the tank sieging. Maybe there'll be an opportunity here. The Queens getting caught out. You gotta be careful the Queens don't get in the way of the Ling Bane. That is quite a siege ByuN has put together. It's still 2-2 versus 2-2. Here come the Banelings. Gonna be looking for the target fire. The pre-split's pretty good, but the Banelings closing the distance on huge clumps of Marines. More tanks sieging up. Liberator still doing damage. ByuN turns it around. Oh my. Oh, Scarlett just has to hold on. This base isn't that important. ByuN has lifted the main to the 4th. The base itself getting some transfuses. But Scarlett doesn't have the army supply to fight. That's Marines and tanks. Try to close the distance here. Adrenal Glands is done now, but the tank positioning is pretty disgusting. Gonna keep the Marines intact in Scarlett. Her army supply is less than half that. As ByuN grinds through over nearly 600 Zerglings now. Almost 10,000 more minerals. And Scarlett is not able to put enough on the board. The lack of Vipers is really showing in these fights. The Liberator addition seems to have paid off, despite being a little questionable early on. Counterattack here, but a bit of desperation. I think that was spotted beforehand. Scarlett only has Lings and Banes, and you don't want to have half the army supply of just Ling Bane. The Queen count is whittled down to 3. 19 queens have died. Oh, that target fire from ByuN. The banelings, you better come with double digits, otherwise... oh no, the queens. A devastating exchange. The drops on both sides. The Marines standing tall. And the Zerglings unable to close the distance. These staggered tank pushes, still Scarlett doing so much counter damage and still not able to put together the army to fight the main. There's 3,000 gas in the bank. Which is, we're gonna build infestors. ByuN's also out of money, but Scarlett ran out, I think, a little bit too soon to compete. And despite looking dicey almost the entire game here, ByuN manages to pull out. I get it. It's a win, right? Scarlett has 3-3 for a couple dozen lings. ByuN's barely mining, but Scarlett isn't much better. The income still in Scarlett's favor, technically. There's some random liberators here. It's not over. I think we'll see the token infestors momentarily as Scarlett gets a moment to look at the gas count here. The Zerglings close in the distance without the medevacs, and the tanks are kind of helping. But once the medevacs kick in, even though the Zerglings have Adrenal and 3-3, well, actually, they're doing a lot. Those Zerglings able to compete. +3 armor is about to complete for ByuN, but he only has 21 SCVs. It's not over yet. There's not enough Marines here. Yeah, and without the armor, the Zerglings with their better upgrades doing a great job. Okay, wait a second. We still got a game here. That tank in the main, there is no wall on the ramp, by the way. He's gonna... ByuN re-sieges a Liberator, realizing that. That tank had like 75 kills or something before it died. And Scarlett has drawn it near even, but there is literally no anti-air for the Liberators. All the queens are dead. Scarlett, it's been a roller coaster. The army supply has not been great. Oh, ByuN just picks up. There's nothing to stop the medevacs. A handful of Zerglings. GG. Oh, devastating. I want to see. I want to see how many kills that tank had before it died. 130? Are you kidding? What is this? Ah! Oh my god. Oh. 130 kill siege tank. And definitely some SCVs and Marines in that count, but not nearly enough. Oh, 65 supply, potentially, of Zergling Baneling. Oh, devastating. Well, we got another game. We got to go back to the spawning pool with Scarlett on that one. Or maybe not the spawning pool. Maybe we try out a Hydralisk Den or something. I'm not a... Oh, God. ByuN, he really makes every unit look broken. It like 130 kill siege tank, any amount of Liberators, just Marines. Come on. I don't. He manages. He's just so good with everything. I think Scarlett was confident she had the economy to overwhelm the tank push. But all it takes is one overextension. Where are you going? Where are you going, Scarlett? What is this? No. No. This is certainly a choice, is what it is. Okay. Never mind. Put it out of your mind. Last game. Okay, think about it. Think about it. Take a moment. Like, subscribe. Alright, moment over. It's a proxy hatch. It looks like a roach proxy as well. Like, this is not... I've blocked your base. This is surprise roaches. Which is one of the least favorite surprises in or out of game. So... we will see. ByuN, well known for, one, not scouting, and two, for awkward wall-ups. In fact, that last game, ByuN never walled his main. He never built any wall up to that siege tank. Any of the counterattacks could have gotten in and killed it. But here we are, just no scout for ByuN, building a barracks in the corner of the base near the Reaper Cliff, because who proxies ahead, right? There's the roach warning. Scarlett had enough. You know what? That's fair. I fully approve. ByuN deserves this. He can't keep getting away with it. Overlord coming in. Is ByuN suspicious? Gonna build a factory, but nothing here indicates any suspicion. And in fact, because the Reaper is going out the Reaper Cliff, it's not going to see anything until this exact moment. Uh-oh. Bunker on the way. Though, still, the extent of the drama is not yet known. It could be early Zerglings. I mean, there's nothing else really to be done, but... And, the creep! Oh, the round! Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Well, is the command center gonna finish? If Scarlett can delay... Oh my god! You just gotta cut the ribbon on that thing. Okay? Like, this is more finished than most games nowadays when they're released. He cancels it! I can't believe he canceled... I mean, he didn't want to sacrifice the SCVs, but... Oh god, that literally was... That was less than a second. Oh, that hurts. And now a huge supply bot. The command center is also almost 2 depots of supply, so that adds to it here. The corrosive bile's already zoning out SCVs from repair. Down goes the bunker, and Scarlett... Oh, wait, I said... What? Excuse you. The bunker lives. What? He makes SCVs look broken. What is this? Get out of here. No, the bunker dies. This is the wrong timeline. Put the other game on. What is that? And citizens arrest. We don't like your kind around here. And, he holds with SCVs. It's still pretty devastating, okay? Losing that command center was already a ton of damage. 13 SCVs die. But it is by no means game over for ByuN. It is, he's got a second CC on the way. He has a factory. He has the Cyclone. Where are you going? Somehow gonna live with that Cyclone? Did the Overlord die? No. Overlord got away. Oh my god, I thought another command center might get canceled. No. High ground vision here. Helpful, but it does finish. And importantly, that's supply depots for a while. Oh my god. Oh god. ByuN. So ByuN gives me a lot of hope. ByuN's 29 years old. Okay? And I share that with him. And he is the best micro player in StarCraft 2. I think at this stage, from what I've seen of recent tournaments, he's only getting better. Like, he gets a little headstrong, and he loses sometimes because he's so reliant on his micro. But somehow, he just keeps getting faster and better and more consistent. It's like, you can't just walk in here. He gets in, kills a Ravager. Cancels the lock-on to kill the creep tumor. No! Go! Scarlett, obviously frustrated with how this has gone. Like, this cannot. And if she isn't, she is a sociopath. Because, come on here. It was, everything went right up until the ramp. Got the cancel on the command center at the last possible second. Completely unscouted until Ravagers were already building. What is this? Why is there a cyclone here? What is going on? Somebody, what? The cyclone gonna kill 4 drones and an overlord. This is terrible. This is a lot of damage. There's speed on the way. And this is actually a huge scout. Seeing this, seeing speed finish and a bunch of Zerglings, there's 3 siege tanks. Oh, ByuN is so, like, this is not fair. This is some... I mean, well, Scarlett's all in now. By a huge... This has to do damage. I am not particularly confident it will. Well, the tanks. There goes the Cyclone. Down goes one of the tanks. The rest on the high ground, though. No bunker here. Creep spreading. Another tank gonna try to defend. ByuN's gonna try to defend the expansion. Which I guess we're getting to the point where the main's starting to mine out, so... Scarlett has a lot of... This time it's Scarlett with the huge army supply. Oh, a very different situation. The tanks work both ways! Oh god, they're just barely on the high ground. Scarlett can't fire the corrosive bile. She can't target them until the tank is low enough. Without the overlords in position, she can't actually target this, so... Oh, the SCVs are in front. ByuN. Really? Well, Scarlett has so far denied the base. So many tanks here. Scarlett building drones. So, realizing that this might not end the game, but gonna try to buy as much space as possible. There's not that many Ravagers left. Doing some damage. A few more corrosive biles. Well... Okay, the creep is still blocking the base, and there's no... Oh my... Wait, okay, that was the scam. I thought there was no energy left, but that was just used. Okay, one of the weirdest games. It's not Bly playing, it's Scarlett, but ByuN has held on. I think that second attack was a little better, though still ByuN very efficient. Thing is, he hasn't been mining from the expansion. Scarlett's up to 40 drones now, which is not amazing, but I have no idea where to go from here. Scarlett has to walk a very precarious line, because you don't want to go all in again, because that is approximately way too many siege tanks. That scan's going to give a lot away. No gases, a ton of drones. That is a clear, I'm done scan right there. ByuN might not know exactly what's happening, but he knows enough to feel safe. You know, salvages a bunker. Gonna work on medevacs here. Oh no, there's no creep. The creep is... Yeah, it's... I don't know why we still see it on the observer cam, but the creep is fully receded. There were no more creep tumors. Scarlett has to start from scratch. And we're going into what can resemble a normal macro game. We've taken quite a while to get here. But Scarlett has a slight drone lead. She's going to have a slightly quicker third. And a bit of creep spread. Whereas ByuN is lining up for a marine tank medevac timing. So overall, I think ByuN still has a lot of... It's hard to tell who's in the lead here, as ByuN has defended himself well, though still is going to struggle economically compared to Scarlett. And if ByuN overcommits at this stage of the game, because there's no way, you're not going to have enough medevacs to get your entire army out of there. Not for a while. Not until well after baneling speed is done. So that means if ByuN moves out and gets crushed, he either loses the game or gets stuck in his base for far too long. So the thing is, if he stays off the map, though, Scarlett can cut some corners get greedy, and potentially get an economic lead before ByuN does anything about it. So this is the most poker of poker games for StarCraft, where they're both working off of, they know what the other player can do, but the game has been so weird, you don't know what they will do. This does not follow your normal trend of games at all, because we still have that, how much are you going to commit? How all in were you? You don't know what cards exactly they were holding. But here, gives a bit away. The double drop spotted. Not going to be a surprise, just the timing probably. Bane speed is done. A few more Ravagers. Ravagers not too terrible against small groups of units. SCV Scout. ByuN feeling a little more confident. Notice how ByuN is only bringing out Medevac's worth of units. He is unwilling so far to risk the rest of his army. But at this point now, bringing the tanks with it. Realizing that if Scarlett's going for a 4th base, that means she does not have the kind of army that's going to crush you right now. She's trying to hold on to a better economy. Corrosive Bile dodge. 4th base under attack here. Oh, but the Banelings are trickling through. They've got Baneling speed. And on the creep here, doing a lot of damage. Down goes 1 out of 2 tanks. Oh, there's some more on the back line. All the frontline units are dead. A handful of Marines and Ravagers survive. And Scarlett, for now, with +1/+1 done. Gonna be able to clean up the attack. ByuN biting off just slightly more than he could chew. And, well, that's how you get Corrosive Bile. +2/+2 immediately for Scarlett. Gonna press the upgrade advantage. And with the elimination of those tanks, the major threat is gone. Even more roaches on the way. Gonna try to directly deal with Marines and keep that 4th base alive. I think a few Ravagers just to force, like the Ravagers are not gonna hit the Marines, not really. Not against ByuN. But they're to force the Marines to micro, oh, that hatchery looking like a snack right now. And ByuN enjoys it. Few Marines, oh god, but ByuN picks up and goes to the main. Where all of the tech and the evolution chambers and the lair and the Baneling nest, everything's here. And a bunch of drones, of course. Corrosive Bile actually hits some Banelings. This is not going great for Scarlett. ByuN, another drop was sent to the north. I think it was shut down pretty handily there. But ByuN has Medevacs in the main. And he's working them for all they're worth, and they're worth a lot. 10 drones down, gets the 4th. Guts the main. The drone count reset down to 62, which is barely going to be, in fact, ByuN about even on income now. Big advantage will be +2/+2. That the upgrades against the Marines. Scarlett was almost able to turn that into a victory last game. And the big issue was the tanks, the sheer tank count, and the Liberators. But this game, ByuN doesn't have tanks nor Liberators. Just Marines. And Marines can be killed. If with great difficulty. Well. Good splits. Deals with the Widow Mines. And in fact, Ravagers can help deal with them as well, directly, without detection. Widow Mines, probably not the choice here. I'm actually incredibly surprised to see ByuN building 3 Widow Mines at a time. If any game felt like a tank game, it was this one. But he's building the mines. Off of 2 factories with no drilling claws. So he starts with another important point is ByuN has been consistently starting with armor upgrades for his bio. He's pretty much saying, I know they can do the damage, I just need them to live through a few more Banelings. ByuN picks up. And he heads to the edge of the creek because you don't want to risk it. Supplies are even. Upgrades ahead for Scarlett by a large margin here. Still going to be several minutes until ByuN draws even. And by then, +3 Carapace will be closing in. 1 Widow Mine. Diffused. Another mine on the high ground. Doesn't know exactly where the mine is, but close enough. Trying to draw some more fire. Actually hits a Ravager with it. ByuN picks up. And, well, drops right back down again. Scarlett has no way to directly deal with this. Where are the Vipers? Vipers. At least one in the main. Is that the only one for now? Another one in production. Vipers with Parasitic Bomb. Not incredible at killing medevacs, but they put a timer on. They seem to be the chosen method lately of dealing with that medevac ball. Well, those Lings and Banes closing the distance. You can really see the 2-upgrade advantage is really helping out. Though apparently not enough. As off of creep, really struggling to deal with it. ByuN picks up and heads to the main yet again. Multiple Spore Crawlers, but threads the needle. Drops out. Evolution Chambers vulnerable. Most of the army coming back, with Scarlett keeping enough supply to try to defend the new base. Oh my, that's still a lot of Marines. You need the Banelings. The Baneling nest about to go down. Needs to be replaced immediately. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way. Slowly replacing the tech at the natural. Drops out a Marauder. Off the creep, the Banelings are targeted down. +2 on the way. Scarlett still holding, though down severely in supply. I would say 20 supply against Marines is significant here, but Ultras could potentially make the difference, especially because it's going to be +3 armor with chitinous plating. There are no ghosts. Not yet. The Ghost Academy's in production. It is Widow Mines, which can be good against Ultras, but also, if they don't hit the Banes, then you've lost a lot of your opportunity. Parasitic Bomb on one medevac, split away. Lings holding for now, but the Marines stimming in to close the distance. And Scarlett is really, she's stretched thin. The army supply isn't quite there. Another Parasitic Bomb. More consumes. Ravagers. Knees broken. Hunted down, killed. Few more Banelings. Sims come behind. That's a Paperlisk right now. Even with +3 Carapace. Without the armor. Well, the Widow Mines work just as well against Terran as Zerg. Yep. Well, the Widow Mines, yeah. Not an incredible choice if you're not able to maintain the map control. Finally, one connects onto the Ultra, but ByuN is forced back. The medevacs looking for a better opportunity here. In fact, the Widow Mines, if they recharge, obviously not ideal. Chitinous plating is done, though. The Ultra is targeted down, but it served its purpose. A huge meat shield here. Scarlett is holding on despite the supply disadvantage. The upgrades kicking in. The Ultra's doing what they need to do. And that is stay in front of everything, so ByuN can't micro forever. If you split your units too much, the Ultras can chew them up. And more Widow Mines connect, but Parasitic Bomb. ByuN isn't actually microing his medevacs. He's got 2 Parasitic Bombs on him right now. They don't stack, but the medevacs are actually all dead. They all die, and that makes Stim permanent damage. Wow, Scarlett actually able to get the Parasitic Bomb she needs. The ByuN just microing around, but the Ultralists are chewing through. Imagine how agile they'll be with the next patch. Still struggling to close the distance against the Stim bio, but without any medevacs, the supply plummets. ByuN has no direct counter to the Ultralists. They absorb way too much damage, and losing the medevacs means nothing to keep the bio units in the fight. Scarlett. Remember this started with a proxy patch of Roach all-in? I use the term all-in incredibly loosely here. And 20 minutes later, here we are. Scarlett. Do you commit to an attack? The ghosts are not out. This is the best opportunity. He hasn't seen a single ghost. It's just been the Widow Mines, which can be dealt with. Not easily, but they are definitely not as reliable when you have such a disadvantage in the army. There's 2 Marines. Definitely a select all army from ByuN as he just happens to wander. Down goes the base. Ultras will get targeted down, but that armor really showing there. Scarlett now taking out a key mining base. ByuN. Wow, the income flips dramatically with a base and 23 SCVs dying. And while Scarlett's been at an advantage for a while, it's just been an order of magnitude increased. She's held on throughout this game. ByuN has not been able to get that damage or those great fights he was getting in game 1. Oh, that's it? All right. We didn't even get the big fight at the end. Did we fight over here? No, ByuN just taps it out. He's like, I'm done with this. No ghosts. No problem. I mean, without the ghosts, how are you going to fight that? Is the real question, though. ByuN, what are you doing? Oh, my. At the end of the day, Scarlett holds on. Though I thought the proxy hedge should have been the win. Right there. But that was the best setup for a Rochallin that she could have asked for. It doesn't get any better than that. Completely unscouted, cancels the CC, but still ByuN holds on. At the end of the day, though, Scarlett is able to overrun and takes one back. It was a best of 2 because of the round robin style of Homestory Cup, but you can check out more matches. I give it over a 50% chance this one's ByuN up here. Jimmy has for you. But thank you for watching. I hope I made your day a little bit better. Good luck. Have fun. Stay chill.